Welcome to Under the Rare Microscope, where we use our big brains and ask, yeah, but what does science actually say about that? So, you've watched my genetics videos, and now you're wondering, what if I have something rare in my DNA? Maybe you're curious about your sex chromosomes, or whether you could be a chimera, or if your body is hiding something that most people never find out about. Good news, these are the tests that can tell you exactly that, but most people never take them. Let's break down what you can actually check, what these tests reveal, and how to get them. Okay, before we talk about how to test, let's go over what you can test for, because different tests reveal different secrets. Starting with sex chromosomes. Are you an XX, an XY, or something else? Most people just assume that XX is female and XY is male, but variations exist, and a lot more than you'd think. Like I've talked about in my other videos, some people are XXY, some people are XYY, some people are XXXY or XO. They don't even know it. And then there's chimerism. Do you have two different sets of DNA? If you absorbed a twin in the womb, you could have different DNA in different parts of your body. Some chimeras only discover it through DNA testing or an organ transplant rejection. And then you have rare genetic conditions and mutations. Some tests can uncover extra or missing genes that might have affected how your body developed. This includes traits like extra bones, unique muscle structures, or even rare immunity advantages. But here's the thing, standard DNA tests do not check for most of this. You need the right kind. All right, let's get into the actual tests, what they do, and how you get them. All right, so the first one is called a karyotype test, and it looks at your entire set of chromosomes, so you can see if you have XX, XY, or something different. So if you're looking for something like XYY or XO Turner syndrome or XXY Klinefelter syndrome, this is the test for you. It's done via a blood test, and the results generally can take a few weeks. Okay, and if you're testing for chimerism, you would use a test called an STR analysis, which actually stands for short tandem repeat. This test compares DNA from multiple different parts of your body. So if you have more than one set of DNA, they'll find it. So this is a test that you see when somebody is getting an organ transplant. So it is done in the hospital, but it's also done in forensics. All right, last but not least, if you want to do a whole big deep dive, there is something called whole genome sequencing. Instead of just looking at chromosomes, the test maps your entire genetic code. So if you're looking for a lot of different things, this test can really help. It can detect tiny deletions, duplications, and mutations that are really rare that a lot of other tests would miss. And although it is the most comprehensive option, it's definitely the most expensive too. So depending on what you're looking for, these tests can reveal way more than you think. While it would be cool, most direct-to-consumer products like 23andMe or Ancestry, they're not going to find chimerism or most of these things that you're looking for. So if you want to find out where to go, here's what to do. The first thing you can do is you can see what's called a genetic counselor, and they can help you figure out which tests are right for you. But if you don't want to do that, you can get a certified lab test. Some hospitals are going to offer karyotyping and even the STR analysis, but whole genome sequencing usually requires a specialized lab. And remember, if we don't get tested, most people will never know that this stuff is happening inside of them right now. Also, genetic testing is constantly improving. We're learning new things all the time. So, if you're curious about what might be hiding in your DNA, now you know exactly how to check. So after hearing all of this, would you want to get tested? And if you could only take one, which test would you take? Let's talk in the comments. I would love if you would support from the bottom up. Let's see a like. I would love some follows. And as always, stay rare.